That scene? That scene. Are we live? What in the heck is going on here? Okay. Why did it mute? No idea why it muted. Hi, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me or what the hell is going on, because as usual, as soon as you go live, everything changes. But we're here and we're live. Cool. I'm going to take this out of my ear because everything sounds fine. And everyone can't lie to me and tell me that there's no sound because I just checked it. Ha ha! Sick? Yes, I have a live scheduled, as I just got your message. Welcome in, everybody. Who's here? Hippie Sophia, Rob's neighbor, aka Carrie, DJ Real One, Raspberry Hedgehog, Wake Up, and Quick Shoe have at least made their presence known. I don't know who's in here. Hope everybody is well. Happy Sunday. Somewhere I had a drink that I was gonna drink. Here it is. Because I need to hydrate. Morning, Schmoke. Charlie Rose. Hope everybody is well. Happy Sunday. Somewhere I had a drink that I was gonna drink. Hi, Lions. Hi, Charlie. I already said Charlie. Hi, Wake Up if you didn't hear me before. Bird is the word. Oh my God, that's so good. I think it's like Gatorade. It tastes better when you need it. I think I really needed that. What I said in the description is what I'm going to try to do, which is pick up the shop because it's a wreck and I haven't done it in months. So my plan is to stay focused on that and keep a half an eye on the chat. Everybody saying hi. Hi. In reality, I really need to completely reorganize again. But right now I'd like to hang on working with the van. At this particular moment, I'm trying to clear off the tool cart so that I can pile all the different piles of tools onto the tool cart and get all the tools put back away. Because that's where we need to start. Because right now what I have is chaos piles everywhere. How's the Sprinter doing? It is doing well. We are basically right at 80 degrees. The Sprinter is doing great. It's also a mess, and I need to. That's part of the cleanup for today. Yeah, like I just. Yeah. I'm sure y'all couldn't see that, but stuff was falling into the. Oh, dude. Where are you? What are you looking at? Uh-oh. What are you doing? What are you doing? You just decided you didn't want to look at me anymore? Trying harder. Yeah, Hedgehog saw that coming. Too bad the sound's not right. I don't know what's up with that. The audio delay. We could go through these CD cases. That would trip y'all out, I'm sure. That's computer stuff. First 2 discs will probably surprise y'all. Anybody recognize those albums? Whoa, what are you doing? I'm over here. What are you looking at? Hi. Remember me? Yeah, I'm the guy you're supposed to keep track of. Anyway. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, I do. I think. It's Metallica. Oh, I think these are from the box set. There's, I think, Cranberries, The Doors, Lenny Kravitz, Dave Matthews. Huh. Got all kinds of music in there. You're behind. Yeah, you're behind. Oh, I'm way behind as far as that. But you going turkey run next weekend? I would say probably not. The spring turkey run, I've never actually been to that one. Hi, Bogart. By the way, I don't know what you say, man. What am I missing? Oh, because of the Welsh. Oh, cables. Don't get tangled. Cranberries. What's on the bench? The Sprinter? You're behind. I'm having cranberry sauce. Just checking. It hadn't even crossed my rainbow radar. It hadn't even crossed my radar. But now that you mentioned it, I'm still going to probably say no just because I got a lot on my plate right now. I don't know why I have that not muted, because that is bothering the shit out of me. Beep. Thank you. I'm listening to myself on the delay. Anyhow, I need to get some air movement in here already, unfortunately. Because I made the mistake of opening the door earlier, which let the humidity in. And that kind of ruins everything. But to answer your question, Lions, my plan is to work on just straightening up the shop. And it's something that I've been needing to do. And I keep putting it off. And then I hang out with you guys out here and I see that it needs to be done. And then I live stream for several hours, and then I'm like, I'm going inside and hanging out in the air conditioning, and then it doesn't get done. So there. So there. Oh, let's find the end of the cord and plug in the fan and turn it on low. Lo and behold, we have a fan. Moving some air. Oh, look at all this space. You can spin around. Ta-da! Ay. Morning, Shaggy Mane. Back on U.S. soil. Hope everyone is well. I'm listening in my headphones as we unload the truck. Here's Schmoke. I got same CD holder from 96. Yeah, that's probably about where that's from. Brown chicken. The shop shuffle, yep. Hi, Schmoke. Not here, Schmoke. Here, Smokey. Here, Smokey. Didn't I get the thing out? I did. So the original plan was my subwoofer, amplified subwoofer that I ordered for the Sprinter was supposed to be here yesterday. Of course, it's delayed in shipping. Unknown where it is. Theoretically, it's still in Canada. That's the last place that it was actually checked in. Why it's in Canada, I have no idea. But anyway, so that got delayed. But my current, sorry, that was loud. Oh dear, I wish that hadn't dropped. That sucks. It'll be alright though. Are you with me there? Yeah, are you with me there? So, my current mission is sound system in the van. So I went ahead and got an equalizer that's going to allow me to separate the subwoofer and all that there's nothing to see. It looks just like the picture. Ta-da! But we've got a blue theme going here. The subwoofer is also blue. The lighting of this is blue. The van is blue. So there's definitely some, like I said, something of a blue theme going on there. Am I blue? Oh, what a wreck, dude. This whole place is just total chaos. And what it comes from is filming a project and then putting it on hold and then filming a different project and, yep, chasing my tail. Wait, what was that, brown chicken? That's how I say hi to you now. Brown chicken, brown chicken. Hedgy, 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 hedgy. Boop, 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 boop. Shags. If it's going to you from Canada, there's been a lot of transports going into ditches and getting caught in snowstorms up here. Awesome. Blue light special. Yeah, that's probably what happened then. Whatever. You know, it's one of those things where I really wanted it that day, and then it was going to be, the original Amazon schedule was Tuesday, like 2 days from now. So that was the original thought, but then I started tracking it on UPS, and it's like, oh, it'll be here Saturday. So then I got excited. That's what you get for getting your hopes up. But, you know, maybe it'll get here at some point. If not, by then maybe I'll just go ahead and build a... I think I still have the speaker box that I've had in like 4 different vehicles. That works fine. That I actually bought the woofer, built the box to the specifications of the woofer, bought an amplifier, matched everything up. I think it's sitting in the Eurovan outside. We're not going to look, but I just saw something else that I think is a MTX-8, if I remember correctly. Blue Thunder. It's blue. If this is what I think it is, that's going to be hilarious. It's not. I thought I had one. I think I gave it away, actually. What is this, though? It's a woofer of some sort. I had an MTX 8-inch Blue Thunder sub somewhere. Unless that's what's in that box. I don't know. I have a mental image of it. Anyway. Prepping for springtime in my rose garden. 70 degrees. Yeah, like I said, we're about to hit 80 in here. And for some reason, excuse me, the digital thing is, the digital thermostat is not working. And I don't know how to move it or do whatever. There it is. I'm sorry if I got a really weird look on my face. I'm trying to focus. Indoor, there it is. 78.9 degrees, 54% humidity. All up in my face. 8 12-inch subs in a Bronco. So a buddy of mine, I think he took a couple out, but he bought a Blazer or whatever. He's always been a bass head. I could run you through all his systems, but his most recent one had, was it 418s? 418s in a Suburban, Tahoe, whatever it is. I mean, it was loud. 10 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that means. I was looking over there because I thought my thermometer might tell me. I know I saw you out there in shorts and flip-flops for a couple days, Lions. I don't know why I start yelling when I walk further away, because the microphone is still attached to my hat. I was going to switch maybe to this other camera while I'm over there picking stuff up. Did we finish? Okay. One thing at a time, Schmoke. Let's finish cleaning off the cart. Sorry, sometimes I frustrate myself. I mean, it's silly. It's so silly. It's frustrating. And silly. But it'll be alright. Watch Schmoke have a nervous breakdown live on YouTube. Not really. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Like this. Why is this? Oh. A to the D to the ADHD. Yep. 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 I need to take a week off. But I don't know that I would focus on getting things accomplished anyway, or I would just sit around and be lazy for a week. Just got notified Schmokes is live. Well, 16 minutes, 16 minutes. That's not too bad. Howdy, Wes. Wester. I've gotten with like DJ Real One. I've been in there for a half an hour and then get the notification. Lately, his last 2 lives, I've gotten the notification before the live started. That's how it should be. Anyway, let's go cart up some of these tools. Let's switch cameras. Although I don't have chat over here. But that's alright. Like all these paper towels, they're just garbage. Like this is just chaos. Total chaos. Jesus Christ. That wasn't good. Fans blowing right on the microphone, of course. Man, I just keep... The reason I don't use this thing is because I turn it on. I turn it on and then I forget I turned it on. So it just cooks the frickin' load. I watched 5 Chuck Norris movies this weekend. Good luck. Schmoke's unhinged. Oh, not even close. Well, that's a lie. I'm probably pretty close. But no, I'll be all right. It's just that's why I'm trying to do something about it, because it's really starting to irritate me every time I see it, and it turns me off from accomplishing things. Come on, buddy, stay with me, because I come out here and it's total chaos. Walker, Texas Ranger. I need to spend a little bit of time and energy on shop infrastructure, because when I first laid this out, it was in a state of unpacking and moving, and then I shuffled it once and kind of got things where I wanted them. But as anybody with a shop knows, your shop evolves the more you use it, and it's ready for a new evolution. And I keep saying it, but I was literally on the phone a minute before I went live with the person that is involved with the wrecked car. Which is also where that Ford dually is. So we've been talking about getting that out here. And now that I've done this trade twice now, I've realized I don't have a trailer hitch on the Sprinter van yet. So I can't tow anything, because I was ready to go rent a damn car dolly and snatch this fucking car out of here and drop it off in a parking lot somewhere. But we're going to talk to the lawyers involved and figure out exactly how to handle that. I know that's confusing to y'all, but basically that car is now in someone else's name who has screwed over them, and I can't take it to a junkyard because it's not in their name anymore. Long maintenance right now. I actually did that the other day. So projects that are wide open right now, I still have the wiring for this dashboard, safety camera system for the motorcycle, the adventure bike. Excuse me. That's all just temporarily put in place. I haven't permanently installed that. I know what I need to do right now. I know exactly what I need to do right now. And I don't think I can get to it because of the chaos of the shop. Yep, sounds about right. Can't get to it. Perfect. So I don't know if y'all can hear that outside, which sounds like an airplane. It's an airplane. But what it is it's an airplane towing a glider. I bet there's silverfish all up under this. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Fucking silverfish. I hate silverfish. Oh, black widows, too. Nice. Alright, well. Sorry. By the way, I've also been a little sick lately. Sorry. Tell the new owner he owe you for storage or sign over title. It has no value, bro. Oh no, yeah, no, that's all there, but that's not. They'd laugh at me. It has no value. It's zero value. It has maybe scrap metal value at best. Invoice them for storage. They'll come get it. It's a lawyer. Just drop it off in a parking lot. That's more like what I'm going to do. The reality is that I'm not trying to create an issue for myself or the previous owner. Because the lawyer whose name it's in knows damn well where the car is. But since he's blown everything off and he's being a dick, the new lawyer, without getting into too much, is hopefully going to give us some advice on what to do. I mean, yeah, it would be great to have gotten some sort of payment for storage and all that shit. I'm not worried about that. I want the fucking car out of my way. I'm over it. You know, it was, and it's nothing against the people whose car it originally was at all. It's the legal, again, without getting into it. Basically, it was a cut and dry lawsuit that somehow did never go anywhere. And so there's malpractice lawyers involved now. But my guy has never cared about a title with the car. Good if it does, and okay if it doesn't. Glad he got the one on the Infinity and handed it to me. Yeah, they're sticklers about it here. And I'm not saying I couldn't get rid of the car to somebody, but again, I don't want it to come back on anybody in the future, because I've had that happen too. But basically, you know, I got one of the golf carts, at least temporarily, out of here, and that immediately opened up like 100 square feet or whatever, which immediately filled back up with just the slightest shuffle. And what I need is to get all of these golf carts and that car out of here, because that's what my shop's supposed to be at. The camper, the 1982 Class C that's outside, at this point, it's not that I don't care about it, but the original plan was to refresh it, go through it and turn it back into a relatively nice camper, and then decide whether or not I was going to keep it. Well, the decision's been made. I'm not keeping it because I've got this now. So it's just money sitting there waiting to get put into my pocket. What I'd like to do is be able to pull it in here and get it out of the blazing hot sun, and at least go through it and be able to say to somebody, yes, you could drive it home in the Jacksonville area. But I'm not going to refresh it. I'm going to show people, hey, here's where the water damage is. Good luck. Yeah, thank you, Wake Up. Good job, bro. $6 looks real clean without the mirrors. Oh, yeah. Welcome in, Bug. Good to see you. I'm on the bus, so a quick like and hello. The most abused friend is one with indoor storage. True that. Late Apex, welcome in. How you liking the van? Missed the truck? Update on dually? Maybe I missed it. You already said. So the dually is at the house of the original owners of the smashed car. I'm probably going to go visit them tomorrow or the next day and work out details on trading the tractor. Like I said, I've already got the title, but just the physical swapping of the vehicles. The van, I so far am loving. I have complaints, but it is what it is. There's no cruise control. I like to drive utilizing cruise control, so that's kind of annoying. What was the other thing? Oh, I got really used to, I didn't realize how used to the steering wheel controls for the stereo in the Tacoma. I can put a different steering wheel in here from a different, Sprinter van, and I can get my steering wheel controls theoretically. It's not a priority. As far as driving and all that, so far it's been fine. It's made a couple weird squeaking noises on startup that I need to investigate further. I need to, again, just go through the thing. I need to clean it out. That's where I'm at right now. Stereo was priority one. I needed to have tunes there because music is very important to me, or else I'll sit here and do this. It's bearable now. It's not good or acceptable by any means, but I at least have sound and I can attach it to my phone so I can play my music. Stereo upgrades are still in play. That's pretty much going to shoot the budget for right now, but next stage is solar and battery bank and inverter so that I have power. That way, that gets me to a level where, at least for starters, I can borrow or buy $100 little plug-in air conditioner unit and get some sort of air conditioning. Big picture, I want to do a 12-volt air conditioner on the back of the van. This is representing the back of the van. The 12-volt air conditioners are really starting to come into their own, and what that would allow me to do is, when I'm driving down the road, keep the entire van cool, basically off of the alternator. And then when I park, be able to run off, if I run a 12-volt system, which I intend to, be able to run off the battery bank and cool when I'm sleeping at night. And, excuse me, I don't have any need for mega systems as far as microwaves or heaters or anything like that, especially if I buy a heat pump. But anyway, that's the initial phase one plan is 12-volt air conditioner system, not immediately, but eventually, solar, and a good stereo system, and a bed. Mercedes. Ladies, my Mercedes. Sorry, I got lost in the chat there for a second. Oh, the bed. Basically, all I want to do for the bed... Excuse me again. Sorry, I've been... Where's my mouse? Mousey. There we go. There we go. So the motion detector lights, I also have found the circuit for, so that I can put them on a switch. Because when you don't want them on, they're really annoying, but they're also super convenient when you do want to use them. Y'all get what I'm saying. This shelf system is being left in here right now because I'm using it to work off of, but this is going to come out also. And eventually, that kind of footprint here is going to be where the bed's going to be. It may be something that folds up and down, but I need to do some measurements. I've mentioned before, I'd like to still be able to put a sheet of plywood in here, just because I do sometimes do projects and stuff, and it would be handy to be able to still have that capability. Big picture, if I get the dually here and get it good to go and ready to rock and use as a pickup truck, then that may change immediately. But for right now, I need the utility portion. So like I said, something over here in this corner will be bed. And probably that corner, similarly to what Shaggy Mane did as far as his basic layout, that corner over there would be battery bank and stuff like that, kind of counterbalancing the bed weight. It's right now just, theoretical shit in my head. I need to clean the van out, get all the previous owners' mess out of there, my mess, and get that clean slate to start from, because the person who has the dually, come down here, good boy. Sarah Rue, I don't know. Hi, welcome in. I didn't see your message that's got retracted. Now you can add your own Mercedes to your dating profile. Mercedes with a bed. Yeah, there is no dating profile. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not pushing that issue at all. If something comes into my life, then groovy, man. But I'm not pushing that issue at all. I'm content by myself. I like not having to answer anybody. I like being able to do whatever the hell I want. Would it be cool to have a partner along the ride with me? Yeah, but you know, that's a lot to ask for. But anyway, yes, Mercedes with a bed. The project of the day is not being done. So we're going to switch back to that other camera and continue putting tools away. Because this is what always happens, is I get distracted by conversation. And I really just want to start over from square one again. Very important measuring tool. Juan fork length. 350. Damn, Loch Ness Monster. Oh my god, I have a hair that's just blowing right where I don't want it, and it's super annoying. Oh my god. Really freaking annoying though. Super duper annoying. Yeah, all this stuff. It's just total chaos. I have multiple setups of the same thing. Like, I literally have 2 different nut drivers set up with the exact same, no, it's not the same Torx bit, but it's like, did I mention I frustrate myself sometimes? This is a intertube from a motorcycle. Very useful for cushioning things. Thin rubber. That's a start. Ding, 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 ding. Tool cart, tool cart. Ding, ding. Coffee and a joint. Yep. That would be nice. I think I already had a coffee. I think there's a coffee out here, actually. It's just lukewarm at this point. Man, what total chaos. Total chaos. Dun 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 dun. I gotta sneeze. I don't want to sneeze anymore, though. So I'm not gonna sneeze. Thank you. Wandering in circles, looking for the other glove. It's missing. Missing in action, messing with my head. Completely unacceptable. Totally messing with my head. Oh. Everyone's watching, waiting for the nervous breakdown. That's funny. Mostly because it's probably true. The part about why people are watching. I know that that's not going to happen. But you guys don't. I've already had all those. This is the stool of contemplation. Many of you have heard me talk about it. You sit on that and you think about your project. Ay, 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 ay. Totally dead now. Needs to be charged again. Battery bankage. Oh, crikey. Hey, there goes that. What we got here? Ah, that is for that. That's for that project. There's that. There's that. Nice save. Hope y'all saw that. That's from years of working on ladders. Because if you catch it, you don't have to climb down the ladder and pick it back up. Loud noises. Yeah, it's just jack stands and all that from working on the golf carts. Just clean your room. Pick up after yourself. Earthquake. What's happening? Nothing. Hi, Chris Ellis. Welcome in. Chat does not seem to be very active, which is fine. I'm just picking up the shop because it needs to be done. So I'm trying to keep a half an eye on the chat. But otherwise, like I said, right now, I keep coming out here and getting pissed off at myself because of the chaos. So I'm trying to straighten that up a little bit. I think I said that 3 times now, so that's good. Yeah. Picking up the jack, trying not to throw out my back. All right. Piling it somewhere else now. So like there's an entire section here of the stuff that got pulled out of Taco with a vacuum cleaner sitting on top of it from where I vacuumed Taco. So it's these little project piles. That's what we should call them, project piles. Project pile for both the motor scooters and the DS7. Actually, this is DS7. I don't know how that got mixed in. It should just be here with the DS7. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Anyone who's watching that isn't subscribed, please subscribe because my channel is not doing very well. And considering how much effort I put into having a live stream and a long form video every single week, that's something else that's kind of frustrating me. Because I went, and now I'm going, again. And I don't understand it. I've been putting more effort into better videos. And once again, it makes viewership go down. My subscribers, 30% of you are subscribed. 70% of the people that view my videos are not subscribed. That would help my channel exponentially if even half of those 70% subscribed. It would help exponentially. Because it would tell the algorithm that I have interesting content. But anyone that's in the chat is already subscribed or they couldn't chat, so anybody that's just listening and lurking, subscribe, and then you can even chat. But, you know, chat's dead anyway, which is fine. Shared you out. Thank you, Charlie. It's not even, I mean, the issue is that YouTube doesn't know what it is that I'm doing here. It can't wrap its mind around it. And it's real simple to a human being. I'm a personality with a shop doing whatever I'm doing in my shop that day. YouTube can't wrap its mind around that. It wants me to work on 2020 Tao TBR7s all the time, or whatever. Very specific. YouTube can kiss my ass, but I was hoping to fucking, you know, at least pay something out of this. Whatever. I mean, I could have had a job and made a shit ton of money in the last year and a half. Instead, I spent a shit ton of energy making $100. Chasing, it's not even a, I mean, I never wanted to do a YouTube. People convinced me to do a YouTube. All the YouTube has done is distract me from focusing. But I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to be grumpy. I'm just, y'all get it. You're human. And that's why you're here. You're my community. You understand what's going on. I don't blame you guys. You guys are the ones supporting me. This thing's such a mess. But this is what I have to do, is I just have to bounce around in my little circles and throw the garbage out where it's garbage. Consolidate the stuff that's being kept. Throw the stuff out that's being thrown out. Like, what is this? I don't have any idea what that is. It's a hook stuck to a piece of plastic. Shower curtain hanger? I don't know. But I'm seeing the hook and seeing possibilities of uses. Hooky hooker, sticky. Whatever. Up. That was close. Break time. That was hard work. I'm grumpy. Me too, sick. I'm real grumpy. I'm always pretty annoyed with things. I'm flatlined at 767 lately. I don't even remember where I was, but I went up. It's like 669, 668 is what I keep fluctuating at. And it's, you know, what frustrated me is, like I said, all of a sudden it was like YouTube recognized me. And my viewership, my, when they put it out there, whatever that freaking number is, you know, there's all these statistics. The, why can't I think of that damn word? It drives me crazy now. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Come on, buddy. Don't piss me off. Of course, the computer locked up, right? Well, why isn't it? Why isn't it there? I don't understand. Impressions is the word that I was looking for. I couldn't find it because for some reason Studio has changed since this morning when I clicked on it. My point is that it was actually putting out some impressions and all that stuff. My last 2 videos, it gave me 1,000 impressions, which means it put it in front of 1,000 people, and then decided, none of those people clicked on it. We were showing it to people that were sewing pillows, more than likely, but for some reason they weren't interested in your shop content, so we're not going to show it to anybody else. And that's what YouTube is doing to me right now. And it's not the first time. It's the first year was that. But I thought it was fixed, but it's obviously not. So, I mean, and I know there's plenty of people in here that know exactly what I'm talking about. But at this point, like I said, I could be... the time and energy that I'm putting into trying to make an entertaining YouTube video or channel and not making any income, I could have made a lot of money. Whatever. I don't even have the chat up anymore. Yeah, YouTube sucks apart from the community. Everything took off and then bam, they stopped pushing out in the algorithm. AI, Al Gore has no rhythm. Al Gore invented rhythm. He told me so. Yeah, exactly. And we all know that's what it is. It's because the freaking AI is controlling the algorithm, and every time it's like, oh, I could change this, and I could change this, and they're giving it freedom to do that, and then it fucks everything up, and then they go back and go, oh, everything's fucked up. Sorry, guys, and they switch it back. It's going to happen a lot more in the future. YouTube lack of words is a bitch sometimes. Stop trying. April will probably be my first month without a check. YouTube is swamped with so much slop right now, it's insane and hurting everyone. Hey, Big Dan, good to see you, man. Yeah, the AI crap it really pisses me off, and it's so funny. You know, anybody who's watched me, followed me at all, knows how I feel about that shit. And of course, Facebook is the first place I really saw it showing up, but now it's all over YouTube, and it's like these shorts and stuff that people click on and think that it's real. And it's like, no, AI is just getting really good at its job. That's not real at all. Look at it, stupid. Elephants can't fly, you fucking moron. Sorry. Yeah, AI, I got big issues with that. That should be a completely different platform as far as I'm concerned. I mean, people just making up complete bullshit. Total bullshit. It's not at all real. I mean, it's one thing to use a tool for art. This isn't art. It's fucking garbage. And people eat it up. I mean, that's what the gurus want you to do. Oh, we figured out the shorts formula. Make a bunch of garbage bullshit. And shove it in people's faces. They'll watch it. You'll make money. And you'll contribute to the destruction of the freaking world. And I mean that quite literally, because AI data centers are destroying the planet. And they're just getting started. Ha ha! Anyway. Grumpy Schmoke. Yeah, I may never get a check because I'll probably never meet the threshold. I just need to sit back and reassess the whole situation as far as the YouTube thing, and figure out how I'm going to approach things from here on. Because I have been 100% focused on YouTube, and I'm not burnt out necessarily, but I'm over it because it hasn't, you know, the definition of insanity: banging your head against the same brick wall and wondering why your head still hurts. You know, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. I'm getting zero result out of this, and again, I got a shit ton of effort into it. A lot of effort. You know, the true creators out there know what I'm talking about. The hours and hours and hours and hours of editing alone. I mean, I'm taking usually 3 or more hours of footage and dialing it down to a half an hour and trying to make it something entertaining. And that alone is a lot of work. Can be mentally taxing. Many hours of work. And yeah, after you mess with that, you don't feel like, I mean, I'm not the most motivated person anyway due to the depression shit. So then when I'm spending hours and hours on editing, I don't spend as much time as I would be on focusing on what I need to focus on. And that's the main issue is, y'all have heard me say it, it's all in your head. I need to get my head right and dial back into the program. And what this is that I pulled out earlier is a wipe-off board. It's from building the house, and more than likely whatever's on that list still hasn't been done because it's house projects that I never finished. And that's what I'd like to do, is get my head out of my ass and finish some of those things and reward myself with traveling in the camper in between. But right now that's a frickin' fantasy because I don't have any money for all that. So I'm going to spend what little money I do have on making the van be what I want it to be so that I can enjoy it. Choo choo! Y'all probably can't see it, but that actually was progress. Several piles have been adjusted greatly. There has been serious changes to YouTube last month. My channel has had major glitches, etc. Back on track. Hasn't had a subscriber in a month, and 10 show up in 2 days. Well, Dan, that's awesome. More power to you. I hope to see similar changes in my channel. Another reason I took a week off. The Will It Run when I got the bug engine together should be a good video. Hell yeah, Chris. Absolutely. 3 years, 1,100 plus subscribers, 700 plus videos, 136 watch hours. Wow. You know, I stopped looking at the frickin' analytics for a while because I was listening to all these gurus and all their bullshit. And, you know, we've all done it. It feels like the more effort I spend on really dialing in and edit and making it pop where I'm happy, like this is a good video. And then you put it out there and it's like 50 views. Like less than average. And it's heartbreaking. There's no there's no avoiding that. No matter how much you are prepared for it or anything like that, it still hurts. It's not the end of the world, but it's frustrating. But yeah, no, I agree, Chris. But I again, I don't want that to happen to you. It's like you get your hopes up that that's going to be a great video and it gets 13 views. Because every time I think I've got some sort of rhyme or reason figured out for YouTube, it shows me that there is no rhyme or reason to it. It's just total chaos. I mean, there is a rhyme or reason to it. If you make meaningless dreck that's just blatantly stupid, you'll get views. Whether it's AI or real. I mean, if I take that bug and run it into the house, I'll have a viral channel. And then next week, I'll take a golf cart and run it into the house. And we'll see how flat we can get the bug, smashing it into the house. I'm kidding, guys, but you know what I mean. At times, it's very frustrating. Yep. And having been sick the last couple of days, of course, affects my mood. And I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just frustrated in general. And like I said, when I come out here, and of course, don't get me wrong, the house is similar. There's piles of shit all over the place, little projects that are half started. And that compounds the whole issue. So I need to go back to the simplicity of how I finish the house, which is 1 square foot at a time. Focus on 1 square foot at a time. It's funny, the videos that I think are junk do the best. Exactly, Chris. Mine are shorts, 90% of video, a farm diary of sorts. Extended our written diaries from the 1870s, which is badass, Dan. Yeah, my last video to get 5,000 views was an accident. Just uploaded it anyway. What the fuck? Yeah, it's crazy. There you go, Sick. That's the thing is, we all need to take time, step back. And I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I've been threatening to do it for quite some time, and I just haven't done it. Take a week completely off. What I'd like to do is get a couple, even if they're throw together crap videos, a couple ahead so that I could still put out content but take a week off. Because, that last festival I went to was good for me, but then also brought some things to light. Plus, I had just had a tragedy happen and whatever. I had some personal shit go on. So right now, I'm actually keeping an eye out for cheap tickets for another music festival. But I need to sell some shit. So if you know anybody in the market for a 1982 Coachman Leprechaun Class C camper, I'm going to have one for sale. They probably want to be in the Jacksonville, Florida area. DJ Real One, $2.99. Super sticker. Thank you, sir. Fist bump. Boop, 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 boop. That's kind of cool. Good to see you in here, my friend. That Saturday night spontaneous mix was nice. That was enjoyable. I think it's members only now. So if you're not a member at DJ Real One's channel, you should be. Oh, the camper. The Eurovans, both of them. I have to get the white one over here. It's also out there at their property. I've said it before, but there is a plan. I need to get the dually here. If I get the dually here, get it to where it's safe and comfortable, whatever, to drive. Comfortable, safe. Wheels aren't going to fall off. Brakes work. Everybody's good to go. Get that registered and insured. Then I can rent a trailer, put the tractor on it, drive it back out there, Then when I'm out there with the trailer and the tractor out there, I can load up the white Eurovan onto that trailer and bring it back. At which point, I can assess that van because it's been wrecked, and I haven't really looked at it since it's been wrecked, and that's been a long time. But both of those vans are ready to go. I'd love to get rid of these damn motor scooters, but I have to hunt down the part again because there's not one available right now. Same here. Been running out flat out for months. Just got back from shopping for my dad. Pouring rain, soaked through, calling it a day. Good idea, Dan. Take it easy. Literally in the same boat. Selling bikes to get money to do the other bikes. Yeah, and that is the game. We all know that. But in building the house and all that, it's like I didn't the value in the things, the motorcycles, the motor scooters, stuff like that. The value in them, for me, is being able to buy them cheap because they're broken. And then the value comes from my sweat equity of being able to repair them. That's where the value comes in. So for me to sell it for the same price that I got it for unfixed, I mean, it was a savings account. I can look at it that way, but I'd still like to get a little bit of money out of them. That's the whole point. Hey, you, welcome in, my friend. Kifa, back to you. Welcome as well. I don't know what that meant or what I just said. My brain worked not well at that moment in particular. Welcome in, Kifob. Welcome in, AU. I have to go to St. Louis for work this week, so I don't know what I'm going to do for videos. Walk around St. Louis. Just get some travel vlog on. DJ Real One can tell you how useful that is to throw a travel vlog into the middle of your channel. My bike mechanic called me with a bonus for helping harvest this past fall. Gave me some medical flower samples. Wish I could share with you guys. Yep. Enjoy, Dan. Peace out. Wake up, and everyone. Real One, have a good day. Yo. Keefob, it's good to see you starting to get out and about, whether it is in a mobility device or not. It's still good to see. What did I do with that drink? Did I drink it all? Yeah, I need another one, or a water. A water would be good too. So anyway, big picture, like I said, I need to get my shit together. Especially because it's about to get hot AF. And since I'm spending all the money that I was contemplating putting into a door to get cross ventilation on the van, it's going to be hot in here again this year. But whatever. I mean, I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. The door's not that expensive. I think I have the metal to frame it left over from the house or from the building. I think the only thing that I would be short if I did it myself would be the trim, the fascia trim. And I'm sure that's not that expensive. But I sure as hell can't pay somebody to do it, which is what I was hoping to do. Because I don't want to do it. I mean, it's not that hard, but a professional could knock it out in an hour. Before I leave, I can tell you what a bad idea that is. You will get 20 views. 19 and a half. One of them will be me. They're predicting more hot days in Michigan this summer? Question mark? Come down here. I have a mini split to install here, and I should be in good shape this summer. Yeah, the issue that I have is this frickin' shop is so huge. Y'all have heard me say it. I need 7 tons of air conditioning, to do it correctly. And I could buy used equipment. I mean, I could pull some cards and get in touch with people and probably get equipment for close to free, used. But I still have to install it, power it, and to run it. I mean, to run 7 tons of air conditioning is a lot of money. Man, it would be so nice though. But like right now it's bearable. It's 80 something degrees, 82 degrees. It's humid, but it's not deadly. But in a couple months, it'll be hard to breathe out here. And it's like you have to swim around through the humidity. Whew. Anyway, let's keep going. One thing I want to do is empty these buckets. And the main thing is, oh God, not doing what I just did. Yeah, we want to empty the bucket into the bag, not onto the floor. Yay! Good job. Because one of those is supposed to be for recycle and one's for trash. But I'm gonna need one for my toilet for the van. Because why would I buy a cartridge toilet or whatever when I could just have a bag and a bucket? Well, you could spend $500 and get this fancy toilet looking thing that you put a bag into. That always blows my mind. America. I haven't put in a door frame in 20 years. Well, this is metal too, so it's different. It's not different, but it's metal. You know what I mean. Charlie Rose, get in touch, man. Key Fob and Sick will be on the same property, and I'm an hour and a half away from them. Insulation. The building is fully insulated. Florida got that wet heat. I still have to install the 10-ton replacement on the house. 10-ton. Wow. 45 Fahrenheit here. You need to carry a rooftop unit to fall off a semi out front. Well, the thing is, I was originally going to do a big package unit. But first of all, then I need 3-phase, which I do not have. And I need big holes in my building if I do that. And I'd rather not cut big penetrations into my building, just like the van. I'm trying not to do any big holes. I don't mind running a line set through the wall, but, you start doing ductwork for 7 tons of air conditioning, that's some pretty big openings. I haven't had to poop in a bucket for a week. Yeah, it's, when it's a choice rather than a necessity, it changes things. 93 yesterday and snow on the ground Sunday. Yeah, man, our weather is so screwed up. $35,000 gators. A lot more than that, man, if you think about the gator fans. Mosquitoes already? We don't have mosquitoes even here yet, Dan, that I've seen. I'll be in St. Pete. Yeah, that's south. Then you need to put solar up there to power it. Dance means tactical acquiring. Like I said, I've contemplated. I used to do HVAC for a living, so I've contemplated every option. I think 2 3.5 ton split systems would really be the best way to do it. And solar, yeah, late Apex. I'm about to do solar on the van, and I think I'm going to learn a lot from that experience. The original plan for this, before reality hit and COVID hit and changed the prices of everything, this was going to be completely self-sufficient. This building, this entity, was going to be well, water, rainwater, septic system, and solar to power everything. I would love to still eventually do that, but you know, the other thing is that's always an issue with your power company, and to do it without, you got to either be completely off grid, and I don't even know if they'll let you do that anymore, or on grid and selling them the power or some shit. It's just like, you know what? Just like we all want to do, I want to go move somewhere where everybody just leaves me the hell alone to do what I want to do. America. If I want to hook up solar panels and a bunch of lead acid batteries that I found on the side of the road, leave me alone. More trash, more crap. Put it all away, get it all put away. Put it away. Chaos, chaos. Everything is chaos. At Schmoke Shop, it's all chaos. But we're gonna fix it. Fixing it. As long as I don't trip and crack my head open on the concrete. Well, at least there's a couple people watching that have my phone number and they could call 911. I don't know if y'all can even see my Porter Reel 2000 custom air hose reel. It's awesome. I made it. It's just a reel on a board. I didn't make the reel. I bought it. That was hard work. Amen. Heating and cooling a shop is expensive, especially one this big. And mine's not that big. I mean, it's big, but it's not. We've all seen the rich people shops. I mean, like these NASCAR teams and stuff like that. It blows my mind. I can't even imagine the freaking overhead they have. Going totally off grid is easy. Just stop paying the bill. We have to grid tie here, and it's a wash after disconnect panels, generator, backflow, etc. Exactly, Dan. That's what I'm talking about. Come clean my garage next. Yeah, right? I'm gonna we'll leave that one alone, late Apex. Only a few counties left in the country to be completely independent or off the grid. No certificate of occupancy in most locations after adopting international codes. But if I call 911, I have to stop watching. Yep. I'm, you know, I'm content with the way it is. My power bill is not that high. It will be if I hook up fucking 7 tons of air conditioning. But the house itself is super efficient. I mean, the issue that I have with the house is my boss, my old boss, who helped me with the air conditioning design and everything. He assumed that I wasn't going to seal the house as good as I did, I guess. And so he oversized the system and brought a bigger system than is in the plans, helping me. So what I have now is not bad, but I have mold issues because the system's oversized. There is a theoretical solution to that, which would be if I build a mezzanine here and an air-conditioned room there and dump the extra air conditioner into that. I cannot dump the air conditioning into the shop because what that allows is the fumes from the shop to get into the house. Not only is it against code, it's very dangerous. What was I about to do? A lot of things. That's what happens. Yeah. Oh, crikey. I also need a sorting table, but the last thing I need is another flat surface. I think we're going to put that down, and I'm going to sit down and enjoy some lavender aromatherapy. Excuse me. What time is it? Boink. You set a designated live stream remote safety captain to handle injuries and reporting during the show. Our house was like that. It's in 100% shade, so the AC used to run for like 5 minutes to cool the whole house. The Amish method, stacking ice and covering in sawdust. Could you program Alexa to discuss AI? I don't know. I don't have Alexa in my world. As a matter of fact, when I hooked up this stereo and it hooked up Android Auto or whatever, when I'm attached to the stereo in the van, the stereo is listening and I can do the whole Hey Google thing, and that's kind of not cool. So I have to figure out how to disable that, although it may be handy in the car. Speaking of handy in the car, wait, what? Never mind. That was a lot of autocorrect. Your shop all summer. The Amish method by stacking ice and covering in sawdust would cool your shop all summer. Just need a condensate drain. With the secret phrase code. Yeah, no. I don't want her listening. I'll just try not to hurt myself. I mean, they're listening anyway, but... Dan, that's an interesting thought. Because ice is different. I mean, that's more of a... I mean, like a swamp cooler wouldn't really work because it's just humidity. We already have humidity. But the ice fan thing behind a, ice behind a fan, that's a lot of ice, though. To make the ice, I'd be running enough... To make enough ice to make that functional and actually work would be the equivalent of running a 7-ton air conditioner, probably. I need to stream again, finally getting bearable in the garage for my weak ass. Warm enough is what you're saying. It's so funny how y'all are just getting warm enough and I'm already getting too hot. Not yet, but within... What is this? This is March, end of March. So yeah, within the next month at the most. At no point do I want to discuss AI. Yeah, we already had that discussion earlier. I think I'm going to continue to straighten up the shop. And then get this camera system install completed, because then I can take a ride again. Because I mean, I could take it for a ride, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, this camera is already coming. Yeah, it's basically come off because I just stuck it on there with double-sided tape for the testing purposes. But I just need to run the wires, route the wires correctly, and attach the cameras correctly. Been trying to keep a half an eye out for a ramp to load the bike up into the back of the Sprinter. I used to have a badass one, but that got left at the ex's house and scrapped. Hope she got good money for it, because that was a heavy-ass aluminum ramp. And, you know, no bad blood. That's fine. I left it there. I didn't realize it until it was too late. I might be able to utilize these shelves that I pulled out, but I don't think they're long enough. Yeah, they're not long enough. Maybe. If I hinged it in the middle, took the two of them, put them together, and hinged it in the middle. But by the time I fabricate all that, I can find one on Marketplace for 50 bucks. You know, and spend more money. I finally had to bail on John's Discord. Too many little squeakers. Yeah, you know, no bad blood towards John. I'm sure he's a great guy and all, but once I realized that he's just same as the rest of them, just trying to make money, and you know, the community had a core group of people that I kind of enjoyed, including yourself and John, other John. But yeah, I got over the whole not ICQ, vidIQ, all that crap. I got over all that. Auto incorrect. I know the humid of swamp coolers would never work there, but 2 foot by 2 foot coolers. Wait, 2 foot by 2 foot by 1 foot wide blocks stacked last all year covered in sawdust. Just need a frozen pond to cut ice. It's making me look like an AI troll. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, again, it's I need to focus on my self-discipline and dialing in my program and being out here consistently and working consistently before I could even rationalize spending the money on air conditioning this shop. Because the first day that I ever turned the air conditioner on in the morning and never made it out here to do any work, and then realized it that evening, that would really piss me off. Because that's how I'd have to do it. I'd have to be like, okay, I'm going to be working today. Wake up at whatever before the sun comes up, turn the air conditioner on so that I could maintain the temperature. Because once it's hot, well, I mean, at 7 tons, it would do it. But anyway. Oh, that was a good pop. That was a very good pop. All right, next step, vacuum cleaner. Vacuum cleaner can actually go in here because I need to use it in there. I found the other glove that I was looking for 20 minutes earlier that y'all didn't even realize I was looking for it. That was not a good pop, by the way. That was a bad pop. Oh, crap. Oh, well. Broomy, Broomy, sweeping the floor, it's Broomy. That's his job, that's all he does, he's Broomy. He's my cuz. Man, that was brilliant. One square at a time. One square at a time. We're just gonna clear out this square now. And then we'll clean up another square after that. Pow! Padow! Meow? Yay! Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that didn't work at all. Uh-oh. One square at a time. One square at a time. One square at a time. Something else that rhymes with time. Rhyme. It's rhyme time. Ugh, that was churgly. I don't know if y'all heard that. It was moist. Ugh. I'm going to try to concentrate on not going postal. Self-discipline and focus on the program. Preach, brother. I need to do the same thing. Well, I mean, I've been self-employed for years, and that's the hardest part of being self-employed. And as someone who, again, not to harp on it, but I was diagnosed late, but they were always trying to figure out the issue. I have clinical depression, so me motivating is one of the hardest things in the world for me to do. So being self-employed compounds that, but on the other hand, it helps me deal with that. A paycheck to come full circle, getting some sort of income out of it would make it a lot easier. I'm gonna bus driving you crazy? Lime, chime, crime, slime, prime. I'm out of rhymes. Lime. Rhyme time. Time for rhyme. Actually, DJ Real One and I were supposed to have a freestyle battle. We'll have to actually make that happen sometime. I think I would really surprise him, as I have been a poet for as long as I can remember. And I'm not a freestyle master, but you get me a good beat, I'll throw down a rhyme. Freestyle, baby! Vector 2. Whatever amp. It's my little charger. Charge. It has a home. It goes over here. This is my other charger. It's much larger. Crunch. Those bottles could go into a bucket, and the bucket could be the recycle bin. Bloop, bloop, bloop. My pants are falling off. Danger, danger. No mas pantalones impending. Impending depantsification. Danger, danger. Oh. Lime. We're still in rhyme time of lime. Pixie, what are you doing, bud? There you go. Good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Sick, why are you going postal at this particular moment? What tracking camera are you using? Hey, Hedgie. Hedgie's back. Relaxing during the heat of the day. Yep. It is a E-Meet Pixie late Apex Garage. And I think we talked about it before. I've been a sleepy Hedgie. You know, Dan, I don't really want to put that much effort into it. What I need to do is start driving the bug around with a for sale sign on it. You know, I'm not going to go out of my way to sell it. But my heart's really not in it. You know, every time we discuss it, that's the reality of it. I got it because the opportunity presented itself, and I would love to have an air-cooled VW bus someday. But the bug, I mean, it needs a lot of rust repair. I've got it patched together right now to where it can be driven, but it really needs correct attention, and I don't want to just patch it together. I'm not. Just got a lot to do. The roof, the dum-dum light, the entire base bus painted, you know, the heat. It's only going to get worse, brother. So I have a top secret project that I'll share with y'all. I have a design in mind that when I build the rack on top of the van, I'm going to have a post up front in the center and a post in the back in the center. And that's going to be the center attachment point for a bar that will be the center of a tarp system that will come down off of either side. Could be hooked to the top and then overlapped and hooked to the top and then come off the side and then braced off the side of the van to create a canopy, both like a porch for the van, but also to give another layer of shade so that the van is under its own shade. In the process, of course, creating an invention that will be worth millions. I bought it for this. I would have bought it for the same reason, 100%. Max that revenue. Yeah. Again, I mean, if I told y'all what I had in this bug, you'd be shocked. Like old school numbers. But I know what I've got. I know what it's worth. It's the 65, to the best of my knowledge, is the last of the flat windows. You know, there are things about the 65. It's a transitional year, so it's kind of a desirable car. I think it's the last with the glass headlights, the last with the small tail lights. You know, and it's totally a viable car. It's ready to be properly restored. I don't have the money or desire to do that. If I was going to deal with something this rusty, I'd rather build a rat rod. I mean, this thing's fun as hell to drive, but it would be more fun to me, again, because I don't want to damage this car. If I had an old truck cab that I didn't give a shit about, then I'd be hacking into it, chopping it and all that. I do not want to do that to this car. And to fix it correctly, I can't afford to do it, and I don't have the skills to do it correctly. So the reality is I need to pass it on. But again, I know I'm repeating myself. I'm not going to lose my ass on the deal. I know what I've got. So I'm just, you know, working that stuff into the universe. The reality is I need to keep working on it. If I polish these wheels, for instance, that would make a huge difference, you know, visually. I could put a solid prime coat on here because it doesn't really have a patina. So I could just put a solid prime coat on here and make it look a lot better. There are little things that I could do, including the reason that I don't drive it more, for those that don't realize it, I haven't mentioned that much, is I need to assess the kingpins in the front end and figure out whether I need to do some adjustments or replace the entire kingpin bushings and all that. But yeah, there's a lot of play in the front end, and it could be dangerous. Oh, what's happening? The heat. Morning, Sterling. Wish I was smart like that. I don't know which part you're talking about, Wake Up, but you have come across pretty smart to me and artistically talented. Like a depth cover for growing. Yes. Just that extra layer of shade to help keep the van cool. Bugs used to be so cheap. I remember the J.C. Whitney catalog with all the VW parts. VW talk, woohoo! That's where I brought all my parts back in the day. Yeah, J.C. Whitney was the shit. I need to be your and Sterling's vehicle distributor up here in Rust Belt. Fill a car carrier full and sell them up here. So, you know, before hot-shotting became such a big thing and they started paying attention to the rules. Hey, Pixie, where are you at? Get with the program here, bud. Why are you over there? There you go. My plan, which is kind of, you know, this is years ago, but I have a long-term plan that's just working its way along slowly, which is fine, was to get a trailer and a big truck to pull it and do exactly that. Go just drive around and, yeah, find those deals. Go out to the California, the desert cars, and pick them up and bring them out here to Florida, or even where you're saying where they're harder to get, even up north. You know, just play the market. But it never came to fruition due to multiple factors. You could still do it. I know 20 or more secret VW stashes. Oh, they're still out there. They're absolutely still out there. They're not even secret, necessarily. The actual address of them are. But, you know, there's still car stashes all over the country. But, you know, every season they get worse and worse and harder to bring back. And what sucks is a lot of those old yards, you know, the old man or whatever passes away, and then the kids get a hold of it and they don't give a shit about it, and they have a half-assed estate sale and then they junk the rest of it. And it's just like, dude, your dad was never going to come off of these cars, so it's going to take a little while for word to get out there that these cars are available now. Give it a chance. And, you know, within a year, the yard's just completely empty. They've crushed thousands of classic cars, and a couple people got a good deal on a couple cars. It's frustrating as hell. How late did they build them in Mexico and Brazil? Sterling would know that. I used to know it. I want to say 89 or 91 or something, but I could be completely wrong. And it depends on the model. And I'd love to get a Brazil. I mean, people, they stick their nose up. The true gurus or whatever stick their nose up, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'll take a brand new 19, whatever the Brazilian buses are, 1979. It's a brand new bus that's got some safety upgrades, but other than that, you've got a brand new 19 whatever year it is bus. I'd love to get a hold of one of those. Buddy was a picker for years. You'd be surprised what are hidden in barns. Oh yeah, no, I mean, again, they're still out there. It's less, but I've been a picker for most of my life. I just haven't had the budget to play with cars. But especially doing HVAC and getting to get into people's backyards to work on their systems. It's like, dude, what are you doing with that? Oh, well, that was Dad's. It means a lot to me. I'd never sell it. Well, it's rotting away slowly, bro, if you're not going to do anything with it. I have a friend of mine with a 1965 Volkswagen Mustang, low production number. It's even a special edition. It's got a plaque. I forget why, and it's sitting under a cover in his front yard, and it's somewhat protected. It isn't a concrete driveway, and it does have a cover. but it's slowly rotting away. And he says it's not, and he checks on it. But I guarantee that there's things that are happening to that car that he's not even paying attention to, that he doesn't realize. Am I dual streaming to Twitch? No, sir. Absolutely not. I'm not even dual streaming to YouTube. I try it every once in a while and it doesn't work, and I give up because I don't give a shit about a vertical stream anyway. I say that, and as I say it, I remind myself that I really should do it occasionally, just to build up the audience some and to stir the pot. But as we started the stream talking about, I don't think the pot, the YouTube algorithm pot that we're stirring, even knows what it's doing. Cars are either going up or down. There is no staying the same. Yeah, you know, everything fluctuates. I don't think Volkswagen values are going anywhere down, because they don't, you know, again, they aren't making them anymore, and Volkswagens will always be desirable. Again, it's a fun little car. I enjoy the shit out of it, but I only enjoy it because it is what it is, and it came across my radar. It's not something. There are other vehicles that that are on my bucket list. I won't say that I would enjoy more necessarily, because who knows, but a Bug was never on my bucket list. Like I said, a van is. It's fun. I know I keep repeating myself, but I just don't want to destroy it driving it, because it does. It has major rust issues, which is, I'm sure, why it was pulled off the road in the first place. And compounding that is the front end, the kingpins. I need to assess it. It's loose. Most of the damage to my Bug was that the window rubber cracked and water got in. I don't know if you've heard the story of this one, Chris. I'm sure you have. Fuck shorts. I went there yesterday for about 20 minutes to check. Absolute slop. I was talking about the condition. If you aren't fixing them up, they're returning to dust. Oh, absolutely. Chris, I'm sure you've heard this, but basically this car has, or had, brand new floor pans in it. Like, I've climbed under there and shown on videos, there's still an orange sticker from the factory, and the pans underneath are still black. Inside, they're completely rusted through, because he had a cover on it with no glass in the car, and as soon as any water found its way in there, it pooled in the floor pans and created a terrarium. And so he just had this moisture ball in there that rotted itself out from the inside out. And it's really frustrating, because like I said, the pans had been done in this car. They're shot now. But what's funny is, it looks to me that they did the pans but not the heater channels, so I didn't understand that at all. But who knows? I mean, the body might not even be attached. I might be driving this thing around and the body's not attached to the chassis. I don't know where the screws are. If that's where the screws are, there's no screws holding this. That would be hilarious. No, there's one of them. Just go down the road and the body pops off. Whoopsie. Carney Vanguard, welcome in, my friend. We're just bitching and moaning about how YouTube sucks. I'm going to heat up this coffee real quick. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I mean, you can still hear me. It's actually a beautiful day outside. The issue is that if I open the garage door, it lets in the humidity, which was the beginning of today's conversation. And the thermostat outside, the thermometer outside, it says 90 degrees. So that 10 degrees difference is enough to tell me I do not want to open the door. You've got coffee. So This morning's contribution to my grumpiness was the fact that I went to McDonald's to get my occasional Egg McMuffin combo with a large coffee, and the whole reason that I did it was because I didn't feel like making coffee and all that stuff. So I ended up with this hot cup of coffee that, once again, I don't know what they do to these lids of these cups, but spilled hot coffee all over me and my van and had me pissed off by 8:30 in the morning. Body unattached to frame is only a 9% safety reduction on a bug. I would believe that, especially with no bumpers. I've got no bumpers. I can't tell you how many cars I've seen with that description. I had a Nissan so bad the back can bounce clear to the ground. It was rusted away from the frame. The shocks were working overtime. Yeah, and that's, they don't usually... Our undercarriages don't usually get that bad. It's the sheet metal that gets it. Like the Rust Belt cars from the snow, salt, and all that, and or beach cars down here get destroyed that way. Anything where salt can get to it, yeah, it's over. Just to loop back around, short term, ultimately, I'd love to get that damn wrecked car out of here. What that would allow me to do is back the Sprinter when I bring it in all the way back to the corner. What that would allow me to do is get the bug out without having to drive the Sprinter outside and park it outside and then pull the bug out. Because that's what prevents me from driving the bug, is I have to move, right now, I have to move the Sprinter to get it out. If I clear out that corner, then I can pull that in and get whatever else in and out. No problem. Plus, if I get the golf carts out, I could bring the camper or the Eurovan in here and bring it and set it over there and work on that and bring the value up. If I can get the Eurovan running and driving, all of a sudden it doubles or triples in value. Because those 1993 Volkswagen Eurovan, Google that. Google the value of that. It's shocking. Even in the state that it's in. But the camper vans, they're still asking $20,000, $30,000 for those things. They're out of their mind, in my opinion, but if you wanted to buy a 1993 Volkswagen Eurovan Westfalia or whatever, you'd pay close to $20,000 if it was in good condition. What size is that coffee? Our McDonald's cups are smaller. This is a large. I don't know what the ounce. I don't know what the ounce rating is, but it's a large. No, the one that comes with the combo is like half this size. I laugh at them when they hand me that. And I'm not even a big coffee guy. I mean, I enjoy a cup of coffee, but what is this little, like a hotel coffee? It's like, what is this? I thought you could get rid of that car now. Oh, well, I can, Chris, but the titles, you weren't here yet. The title, without getting too deep into it, is not in the previous owner's name. It is in the lawyer's name. And the lawyer fucked them over on the case. So he's completely out of the picture now and being sued for malpractice. But the car is in his name. So now that they have a lawyer for the malpractice suit, the goal is to ask them what we should do with this. Because I know what I want to do with it, but I'm not trying to bring any trouble into my life or the previous owner's life. I want to drop it. I want to block the entrance to the previous lawyer's law office with that fucking car. That's what I want to do with it. The other option is just leave it in a random parking lot somewhere. But like I said, I don't want that to catch up with anybody. And the effort it would take to put it in the backyard, and then I have it in my backyard, and it doesn't roll on its own, so... Because I've contemplated doing that. I said the other day I literally was going to rent a car dolly because I realized that I think the back wheels will still roll. They seem to be round, and they're, with it being front wheel drive, they should roll. So I was going to rent a car dolly, and then I realized that I don't have a tow hitch anymore because I don't have a tow hitch on the Sprinter van. Got McDonald's coffee a few weeks back. They didn't put the cream in. McDonald's coffee sucks without cream. Yep, 20,000 is what they start at. Oh, you just looked? Yeah, no, people think I'm kidding when I say that. No, they're ridiculous. And even the cargo van. I mean, if that thing's running and driving, it's worth like $3,000. It's mind-blowing. I like McDonald's coffee. I drink my coffee with sugar and cream. I like my sugar with coffee and cream. But I get it black, and then I doctor it myself when I get here because they've screwed it up so many times that I'm just like, you know what, just give me a black coffee. I've got the stuff to make it my way. I just didn't feel like making coffee, but I'll put in the creamer and all that. What if it got stolen and dropped off in the lawyer's office by complete coincidence? Exactly. And that's, you know. But we all know the reality of what's going on. That lawyer knows where this car is, whether he's being a dick or not. So him being a lawyer is enough for me to be like, you know, he'll figure out a way to screw me when I think I'm screwing him, and then I'll end up, and I don't need that in my life. I don't need any extraneous screwings in my life. I've had enough of them in the past. I'm good right now. I'm pretty stable, and I like that. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to have any legal issues. I'm over that. The nervous breakdowns that we were speaking of earlier, yeah, those happened many, many years ago over all the bullshit that I've put myself through. I drink it black. I will drink black coffee, but I prefer it with the edge taken off. Honestly, I put way too much sugar in my coffee, and I need to back that off. But like when I'm camping or whatever, if somebody's just got that pot of black coffee right off the fire and they you want some coffee? Fuck yeah. Knock the fog off. If I want to get screwed, I'm going to pay my $50 and know what I'm getting. Yeah. I mean, I don't even, you know, if we're talking about the car, that car, it only pisses me off when I look at it. It's one of those situations that, and I absolutely do not blame the people at all. The lawyer asked them if they had a place where they could keep it protected because he had a plan. And basically, we were going to take the car and put it out because it was going to be a jury trial. We were going to put the car out in front of the courthouse so that when the jury got there, they saw the car. And that was going to be, you know, 3 or 4 month process theoretically. And it's, I don't even want to think about how many years. 4 years. I've slowly graduated from Coke to black coffee in the morning. I rotted my teeth out doing sodas. I was addicted to soda for a long time. Plus hanging out at the beers and drinking Jack and Coke at the bars. Hanging out at the bars and drinking Jack and Cokes. I still enjoy a soda, but I got over the addiction. It's too sweet. And that's what's happening with the coffee too, is I make it too sweet. It's just like, why do I keep doing this? Oh, because I'm addicted to sugar. Irina, welcome in. All you need is pictures of the car and damage. Yeah, but it would have had a much bigger impact too. When you see this car in real life, it's pretty impactful. Good to see you, Irina. How's the weather in Siberia? For those of you that have been here for the whole stream, my frustration this morning, or a lot of the source behind it is, I know I already even said it, but it's the amount of effort that I put into this YouTube thing. I don't even put that much effort into other things in my life. You know, I like to take time for myself and enjoy my life. And I haven't been doing that as much. And that's what's affecting me. And that's why that last music festival, I made it a point to go. And even though shit happened where it didn't work out perfectly, it reminded me that that is my happiness, as Keyfob says, find your happiness. Going to those music festivals and traveling is my happiness. So I'm shifting things back. That's where the Sprinter got manifested. I'm shifting things back into that mode. And like I said, we'll see what happens with the YouTube thing. I intend to be here, but I don't know if I'm going to focus as much. +3. Look at that. How is the weather in your city? I am in Jacksonville, Florida, and it is currently... Let's do some translating here. So... I know somebody will beat me to it if they're paying attention. What is 3 degrees in F? 37.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Whew, that's still pretty darn cold, mama. Here it is 82 degrees Fahrenheit. In the shop. It's actually 90-something outside already. Which is 27 degrees Celsius. 27.7778 degrees. For those of you wondering, never mind. How is the weather in Germany? What kind of music festivals? What kind of music festivals? I like music. I don't go to country or anything like... Oh, sorry. Right on the microphone. The last one that I went to was... It's hard to... It's rock, funk, soul, not... I mean... jam band. The next one that I'm looking at is more electronic leaning, which is not really my favorite type of music, but if it's not super repetitive, I do enjoy it. Most of the festivals at the venue that I go to try to at least sort of round it out, so even though it's mostly electronic, they'll still have some live bands and stuff like that. The one that's actually, today's Sunday, so there's one wrapping up right now out there that's actually bluegrass, but it's not traditional. There is traditional bluegrass, but it's also new grass and some jam bands out there. But good live music. I enjoy good live music, and I would rather spend my money going to a festival where there's multiple bands, preferably a camping festival, because the late night wandering around the campsites is where the fun is. And there's not a chance in hell that I'm going to spend $75 to go see one band in a crappy venue. I'd rather spend a couple $100 and see a couple dozen bands in the middle of the woods. Bluegrass, newgrass, grass sounds right up your alley. Yeah, newgrass is what I prefer. If you're familiar with that term, yeah. I like green sky bluegrass. I like Fitzky Brothers. I like Kitchen Dwellers. Meow. Anyway, I like music. I did not know they weren't all mono flavor. Like I said, the electronic one is definitely going to be more leaning towards that crowd. But within the lineup, there will still be some So when I say ED, electronic music, a lot of people just think about a button presser sitting up there pressing buttons, at best maybe spinning some records. What there is out there is a lot of live bands that make electronic sounds, but they're still playing it through live instruments, like a guy actually on a synthesizer, a guy playing a guitar through a whole bunch of cool ass pedals, that kind of shit. That's my jam right there. That's what my band was, basically. We knew we'd go from Allman Brothers into, if you're familiar with Grateful Dead, kind of that Space Jam thing, but then, like saying, with the modern pedals and the synthesis and stuff, dude, you can make some really cool sounds. And it's fun. My issue with the electronic music scene is the drug use, to be quite frank, because the stuff that they're using out there, I mean, it's, when you go to one of those festivals, it's hip to have your, what's the Narcan? It's hip to have your Narcan on, so that when your buddy fucking flips out from overdosing on fucking fentanyl, you can bring him back to life. So I don't like that at all. Welcome in, 2-4. Good to see you. I'm going to go do something later, bud. Chris, I feel ya. I should probably do something myself. I'll stay live for a little while longer and just get off my ass and make something happen a little bit, maybe. Instead of just rambling about music festivals and drug use. Are we enabling? Enabling me to sit around and do nothing? No, I'm real good at that. I will very happily sit behind my computer screen and do bong rips and watch YouTube all day. That's easy. Doesn't make me any money. If you do it right, you can build some community that way. But eventually you have to do something to entertain your community. Or else you just have a bunch of bored people going, why am I watching this guy's channel? Which reminds me, I see that happen a lot. I see channels that don't understand why they aren't doing well and they aren't putting out any content. And it's like, well, just because you've got 5,000 subscribers, they're bored now. You didn't do anything in the last 10 years. You got 5,000 subscribers and then you stopped making content, so why would they be hanging out? I don't mean that about anybody in particular. I see that shit happen. Somebody was supposed to take this, Shaggy Mane. Oh! Ha ha ha! Here's another prototype invention. Not that it's anything that big of a deal. It's the Firepoke 2000. Custom designed claw for flipping logs. It's a piece of angle iron welded to a piece of rebar. But it really works well. And it's shoved into a piece of wood. I was going to make these one year. Ooh, it's also a lightsaber. I was going to make these one year and give them out as Christmas gifts. I made the prototype and never made any more. And now, the people that I was going to make them for aren't really in my life anymore, other than Shaggy Mane. So, Shaggy Man, I owe you one of those. Whatever. I wish I could get the damn scooter part that I need. I could pull the scooter. I mean, I could rebuild the carburetors on the scooters and hopefully maybe get that one running. But the spring, the kickstart return spring, is unobtainium, unfortunately. And even the one that was overpriced on eBay is gone. So I have no options anymore to get one. So I just got to keep an eye on the market, and eventually somebody will put one out there. I've found motor scooters. I could spend another $600 and have 3 piece of shit motor scooters. That would be real stupid. Plus, I'd have to go wherever it was in Alabama or someplace. So then I got to spend another couple $100 on fuel because diesel fuel is $5.50 a gallon. Hey, good thing I got a diesel Sprinter van. We're having fun. I'd rather watch hangout streams than videos. Nice size shop. 2.4. I think I've threatened to give you the tour before and not done it. My shop is 40 by 40. This part, and then there's a residence behind the camera that is 20 by 40, 2 stories. So it's a barn dominium of sorts. Just buy a new carb. They're cheap. I don't need a carb. Oh, and yeah, that's brown chicken, not for these scooters. Oh, 100% proudly burned down my deck with a Schmoke shop fire poker in my little fire pit. Amazon, sick. No, there's an Amazon carburetor in the Volkswagen, but they don't sell the correct carburetor for these motor scooters. I can't even get a rebuild kit for them. I could adapt some bullshit onto there, but that's not correct. And the value in these motor scooters is in the fact that they are what they are. If I start modifying them, then they aren't what they are anymore. And the one with the kickstart issues, let me try that again. The one that we've been trying to get started, I don't know if the carburetor has ever been through. So to take it apart, take it off, spray out the orifices and throw it back together, theoretically shouldn't be a big issue. The issue that we have is there is no rebuild kit either available. That's also unobtainium. I have found the rebuild kits occasionally. I just have to hunt them down again. Nothing on Amazon is the correct anything. Well, no, if it was an 84 or up Aero 50, then I can get that carburetor all day long for 15, 20 bucks. For a 1982-83 NV50, no, because it's the carburetor bung or whatever, the manifold, the part that mounts on there is threaded. And yeah, you could put nuts on there and adapt the other ones on there, but it's not the correct carburetor and it's rigged. Welcome back, Sophia. Cheers. But what I'm hoping is that that's what's preventing us from getting the one scooter running, because we got it to fire and we got it to run off of starting fluid, which means that more than likely the primary jet is clogged because nobody's ever been through that carburetor. As a matter of fact, now that I'm talking about that, brown chicken, I have an aftermarket carburetor for these scooters that when I bought them, the guy had on there. The problem with it is, even though it's a badass Delorto carburetor, is the throttle cable is not the same. And so that's why he parked that idea, because he had no idea how to get the throttle cable in there. I could get another throttle cable, and again, I could adapt this on there. He's got all the stuff to do it, but it's not correct. And even though it might even hop up the scooter, I'd rather have this sitting on my shelf for a different project. All I want to do is get those damn things running and sell them. I know you've heard me say it before, but the one with the Kickstarter issue, the reason it has the Kickstarter issue is because I wrote it many, many hours at music festivals. And it never had an electric starter on it, so you'd have to kick it off. But, at this point, we moved up to golf carts, and then now I'm solo basically again. So I think I'm gonna get a e-bike, because those little cheap especially the real cheap ones, I don't know if I go that low. But the little fat tire, big seat e-bike, I mean, I've seen them go as low as $250. And that's for like I think it was a 1,000 watt or a 1,200 watt. I mean, a quick little scooter. You're not going cross country on it, but I don't need it for that. I've got this for that. I made a sandwich. Yeah, so basically I'd love to get rid of the 2 motor scooters, the crashed car, all the golf carts, the bug, the motorhome, both Eurovans, and realistically, the DS7, the Yamaha DS7, really, same thing as the bug. I know what I've got. I wouldn't give it away, but I would love for somebody to come get that thing and restore it and give it the proper attention it needs. And then all of a sudden, I got a few grand in the bank. That would be nice. Because if nothing else, that gives me money to play with to buy more projects. You would have so much room. Yes, exactly. No, exactly. And that's the thing, because the original plan is that corner could easily be made into a wood shop of sorts. I don't want to focus on wood shop stuff. I don't particularly like doing wood shop stuff. But I have the tools and I have the capability, and it helps with other things like building out camper vans and shit like that. Finishing the house. Because a lot of the stuff that's not finished in the house is trim work and cabinet work and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, take that corner, set it up as the wood shop area, and then the rest of the shop is basically the plan originally. Everything that's not on the walls is on wheels and can be moved. Because I'd like to have as much of this open floor space as possible. You know, endless. What was the sick bastard? What were we talking about the other day? Oh, if I were independently wealthy, there would be a mezzanine here with a second floor above me. Part of which would be probably just open storage for the garage, but part of it would be probably, definitely an enclosed room, air conditioned, which could maybe have an entrance through a bookcase in the office or something cool like that. But that would allow me to get a lot of the stored stuff up and out of the way. Realistically, this is more than I ever needed. I just built it because I had due to my mom passing in an inheritance, basically, I had the money, and go big or go home. I did it for the financial purposes. Eventually, I could sell this thing and make a lot of money. What I really need is nothing anywhere near this big. I could have a shop half or a third of this size and an efficiency apartment on top of it on the right piece of land, and I would be very happy. Would the bus fit inside? How wide is your bus? It probably would not fit through the doorway, unfortunately, because I did a 10-foot wide doorway instead of a 12-foot wide doorway. And I don't know why I did that. It may have been because of the column spacing, but it's wide enough that I can pull my RV in, but I don't know how wide the bus is. I mean, I pulled a lull, if you know what a lull is, articulating lift has been in here. I mean, it's 10 feet wide. The door opening is 10 feet wide. Take that information for what you will. Again, the shop floor space is 40 by 40. So theoretically, if there was a cleared room and it would fit through the doorway like the RV, I could do the Austin Powers thing and wiggle it around, and yeah, it would fit in here. Again, the original plan was put the RV over there and gut the interior and completely rebuild it from scratch. Reseal the roof, gut the interior, and completely rebuild it. At this point, don't have any desire to do that. I already have a gutted interior in this van, completely empty, clean slate. I can build whatever I want. 8 feet wide, yep, you can pull the bus in. As long as it's under 40 feet long. Why, you want to buy a building? I'll tell you right now, the bidding starts at $500,000. So, and I know that's a fantasy number, but if somebody really wanted this, they would be more than willing to pay that for it. I mean, that's realistically the market the way it is now. I don't even think that's a fantasy number at all anymore. I think I could bump that number up. I think the house behind me just went for, I know it went for 6 digits. I mean, you can't get a house for less than 6 digits. You can't get a house in the ghetto that's with a leaky roof for less than $100,000 anymore. 35 feet long. Ooh, yeah, it would just fit in. If everything was out of here, you could pull it straight in and close the garage door. You'd have 5 feet of wiggle room. Yeah, enough room to open up the emergency door in the back. So the RV is 25 feet bumper to bumper. So it would be, like I said, it would be an Austin Powers thing to pull it in here. But that's the point of having the floor open, is to be able to pull it in and then swing it over here and then kind of Austin Powers it as far over that way as I could. Right now, my plan is get out there, crank it up again, get the tarp off of it, pop it into gear, make sure that it drives, and give it a basic assessment, make sure that it's drivable, like I said, and probably put it on Facebook Marketplace. Because that camper, realistically, isn't the type thing I could spend a bunch of time and effort making it, building it out, fixing it, and building it out my way, and I'm not going to get that much more money unless I take it to the next level. To just fill, you know, repatch the walls and repaint it and da-da-da-da, I'm not going to get any more money than I could get at selling it just as it is, running and driving. I'm telling myself that more than anything. But I think it's worth, what, $2,500 running, driving Class C, that it needs to be resealed, but there's not anything majorly wrong with it. It's a good starting point anyway. Like I said, that, the scooters, these scooters, I wouldn't let them go for less than $1,000. That DS7, same thing, wouldn't let it go for less than $1,000. So that's, you know, $5,000 right there. Fantasy, maybe, but I don't think so. I mean, I've seen those scooters sell individually for $1,000 running and riding. All right, guys, I'm going to keep going until 2:30, and then I'm going to wrap this up because I'm starting to have some bladder pressure. And rather than go relieve myself, I will just hold off and do that when we get off of here. And since I'm just spinning around in circles at this point, I think I'm going to wrap it up, take a break from all this hard work I've been doing, and probably come back out here because it actually feels... Maybe it's just because I'm standing in front of the fan. I was going to say, it feels like it's cooling off. Probably because you're standing in front of a fan, you jackass. You hate it when people do this, guys? Thanks for the fun, Schmokes. Thank you for being here, Charlie. Time is at 2:25. Yep. Sorry, that was a response to a comment on a video, because gotta stay active in your community, people. If you ignore the comments, then why would they bother commenting? The interaction is where it's at, y'all. That's how you build a community. That's how I have any viewers at all, is because of my community, and I appreciate y'all. Because I would say that probably 50% of the people that are part of my community don't really have any interest in my content. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that a lot of people that are here for the community and not for taking apart motorcycles. A lot of the people that are here for taking apart motorcycles are like, what is this guy doing? He just sits around in his shop puffing on ganja all day and talking smack. Talking to his little pixie. Yeah. Got it out. Have a great one, Schmoke. I am also going to be wrapping this up. We are winding things up. Has anybody seen my cool camping chair? It's awesome. Oh, speaking of 3D printing, Late Apex Garage, I need you to 3D print me some little feet, like actual feet, like look like feet, that go onto the bottom of these. That's another invention we need to work on. Because camping chair feet sink into the sand, which destroys them. If you had little feet that came in a couple different sizes that would go on the end of those little pipes, then you could broaden that footprint, and then you'd have a nice little platform for your chair. Just another $1 million idea that I put out there into the universe, never to see 1 red cent from. But somebody will make it, and then it'll be on Amazon within a week. Anyhow. Pee-pee dance, pee-pee dance. Schmoke is doing the pee-pee dance. I think we're going to wrap this up. Patent it. Yep. So, Charlie, the plan is sometime to have my beautiful girl that is my partner that takes care of all that stuff. I'm just like, here's another idea, sweetheart. And she writes it down, and she goes to the patent office, and she puts in all the paperwork and all that stuff, and then we go out to dinner and have a great day. Oh, man. Carney! All right, for real, y'all. I don't really need to wrap it up at exactly 2:30 p.m., but I am going to wrap this up. I do genuinely appreciate each and every one of y'all that hangs out in my lives. Kickstand puck. Yeah, same thing, Dan. Same basic concept. You know, and I'm not trying to buy a 3D printer because that's all I need is another frickin' hobby. Business partner. I mean, like-minded individual that we could grow together and make the business grow would be better than a business partner, because a business partner is just going to frickin' rip me off. Anyway, love y'all. I appreciate, like I said, each and every one of y'all that are here. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you up to date in the community. More than likely, I will have a Wednesday video. But if I decide not to, then I'll let you know. Either way, there's plenty of old content on there if you're really interested in watching something that I put out there. As far as what I said at the beginning of the video, people that are not subscribed, which is 70% of the people watching my videos. Who knows how many people here in the chat. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it will help grow my channel because it will make the algorithm pay attention. Y'all have a great day. I'm going to press the buttons. See ya. As always, wait, I got to say it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.